Hi, my name is Davis Creasel. I just wanted to take this time and reflect upon the interview that I had the opportunity to do with a friend and a mentor and an entrepreneur that I know, Todd Peterson. He's more or less my best friend's stepdad, and I worked for him for some years as he was an office manager of a carpet cleaning, industrial carpet cleaner repair and installation shop, and I assisted there. That's how we came to know each other. What Todd does now, since leaving that industry, is he runs a successful handyman business that is based in the west side of Salt Lake Valley. Uh, there's a lot of industries he's involved in. Obviously, he's kind of somewhere between a general contractor and a subcontractor himself, along with his team. They tackle things like concrete foundations, electrical, HVAC, plumbing, painting, landscaping, etc. Just pretty much any blue collar work that needs done, he does. Now, as far as his products and services that generate revenue, I kind of just went off of the rubric provided to baseline all of my questions here. Um, Todd, his main product is, of course, labor, and lead generation being a close second when he subcontracts things out and makes a percentage there. He did list for me, however, a few of the jobs that produce the most revenue within the company, kind of the bread and butter, and that seems to be painting, drywall, and appliance repair. Oh, and he said concrete installation and repair as well are kind of the big breadwinners there. As far as the story of the business, he recognized the opportunity when he was working with me. Actually, he said at the shop, um, it was a shop where it was these large industrial cleaners that are meant for restoration. So when there's a flood or a fire or something like that, these companies have these big things come in and clean things up and rehab homes, restore homes, essentially. So that obviously involves a huge variety of um, different contracting. And a lot of these people expressed a need out there. And that's kind of where he saw that. As far as mentors and advisors, he kind of looked in the same area as well as he had a lot of family, most of his extended family that was in the industry of blue collar work in some way or another. And then another I believe he said it was his old roommate, Daniel, who had an MBA and now owns an accounting firm. He built the management team just with the family members and some of those close contacts from the industry from before. Critical resources. Todd was smart enough to save up his money for a lot of years and kind of start this later than most entrepreneurs might think to re-gear. He was about 50 when he decided to get kind of dive fully into this. And then he, after it took off, sought out some smaller business loans or some business loans that are small relatively to business. How did he get service to market? Um, it was all word of mouth, apparently, for the first little while. And then he began contacting a local marketing agency that helped him out online and things like that. First customers, he already had a lot of customers, kind of a Rolodex of people already looking for the service from the carpet cleaning, the restoration industry. Business growth was financed, of course, from his savings at first and then from some small loans. And the status of the business today, I'm happy to report, is healthy and well. He's making a very good living and preparing for, a almost retirement role, a greatly reduced role. He said he made a lot of mistakes along the way, one of which was obtaining way more equipment than he needed. Basically, he spent $1,000 to make 200 in a lot of occasions, whereas he could have subcontracted that out and made that 200. And he said that's something to watch out for. Let's see. Critical resources to building a business, obviously the funds, and then having people who were able to subcontract a good team of contractors who could handle all the work. He said that the keys to the success were persistence. Persistence. If the math and the plan look good, then keep going till you hit your goals. That's what he said. And let's see. As far as three concepts that impressed me most in this interview, one was using his own funds. That takes a lot of dedication. Um, just how much, number two, is how much he hammered in persistence being so key. Things are going to be rough sometimes, and you need to be persistent and just keep pushing for that next goal. And then not being afraid to look for a little bit of help in the process was the third one that I found, because he's a proud guy and he had a hard time seeking that out. I'll be applying these concepts to my venture. I've been saving quite a bit for some startup funds as well. My partner has been doing the same, and will be contributing pretty heavily to our marketing pretty soon here, and our equipment that we need, and as well as contracting some subcontractors. I plan to push until I see that we've reached a place where the projected growth and revenue are what we're expecting, and if we kind of get really far down the timeline and that's not what we're expecting, to re-gear. And then three, I want to reach out to some professionals that can honestly do a lot of jobs better than I can. Thank you.